Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 6 in the 2017 CSX IndyLights series. We are here for our final road course race of the season. Here in this series, we are here at the greatest road course in Enthusiasm 3, in my humble opinion, the Watkins Glen International, the long version of the racetrack where we skip the chicane and go full throttle into the carousel. It's a fantastic racetrack. And the Grand Prix of IndyLights is ready to begin a 7-lap event around this 3.4-mile road course in Watkins Glen, New York. And so far, this season has pretty much been dominated by the defending champion, Martin Kay, and Cody Smart in the number 34. Martin Kay has the points lead. He has 118 points towards the championship. Cody Smart, 14 points behind coming into today's race. Then quite a ways behind, Eric Almenhart, 33 points behind. Our last winner here in the CSX IndyLights Series, Julius Anderson, who finally broke the streak of Martin Kay and Cody Smart winning here in this series. He is 34 points behind in fourth place, and Isaac Nichols 36 points behind coming into today's event. Gonna go ahead and get these guys to roll off here at the Watkins Glen International for the Grand Prix of IndyLights. A little bit longer than normal races this season, but this is kind of like the biggest, I mean, behind the Freedom 50, of course. It's the kind of the biggest race of the season for these guys. Biggest road course race of the season, no doubt. And it's the Grand Prix of IndyLights. I mean, that kind of just signifies that it is a really big race. But anyway, starting on the pole, it's the number 8 of Reagan Whitlock. Starts alongside Max Anderson in row number 1. Row 2 sees Cody Smart starting 3rd in the number 34. And he's got a good chance of getting his 3rd win of the season. He might have won Pikes Peak if it were not for the fact that he crashed in that race with Isaac Nichols. But he's looking to get some redemption here today at Watkins Glen. He's going to start 3rd in that number 34, and a great chance of doing so here today. Alongside him, it's the number 30 of Thomas Troxel. And, yeah, he starts 4th in the number 40. We get the number 21, Adam Lewis, starting alongside Isaac Nichols. I don't know what I was trying to say, but Isaac Nichols starting alongside Adam Lewis in row number 3. Row number 4 sees the number 35 of Igor Barreto and our last winner, Julius Anderson, in the number 41. We have ourselves Griffin Lynn in the number 81, starting alongside the defending champion and the points leader, Martin Kay, in the number 84. Row number 6, we have the 6 of Paul Minnick, starting alongside Eric Almenhart. Then it's Richard Kinghart in the number 25, and Tristan Allen in the final row. We got this race, and then we go to Kentucky on Saturday. On Saturday, it's going to be a pretty busy day for these especially for the IndyCar guys, because the IndyCar guys are going to start off the day at Indianapolis for their first 10-minute practice session for the Indianapolis 250. Then they're going to fly down to the Kentucky Speedway for a race later at night. That same day, we also have the IndyLights rolling at Kentucky. We got a lot going on Saturday, and of course Friday night we got sign-ups, so it's going to be a busy week here on Napa Fan coming up. But we're going to start it off here. We had the USF 2000 race not too long ago, and now we got these IndyLights rolling here at Watkins Glen, and you know it's going to be a good one. The pace cars pulled off. Number Green Flag Racing in race 6 of the season. Reagan Whitlock leads them to the green flag. Max Anderson trying to get the run on the outside, but the 8 of Reagan Whitlock clears him. Anderson, however, looking to cross over to the inside of Reagan Whitlock. Not able to do so. Whitlock's going to stay out front in the number 8. A 7-lap race here at the Watkins Glen International. And that is, on my calculator, that's, like I said, a little bit longer than the normal race length here in this series. So, a little bit more of an endurance race for these guys in this one. Max Anderson to the inside of Reagan Whitlock. They touched wheels there through the carousel. Anderson racing very aggressively, trying to get around the number 8. They're still side by side. They better be careful entering the boot here. See a lot of guys get into each other exiting that corner sometimes, and it does not end too well. How about Thomas Troxel? He's going to get a run 3 wide to the inside for the race lead. But Whitlock clears Anderson on the outside, and the number 8 stays out front here at Watkins Glen. Thomas Troxel for second to the inside of Max Anderson, and here's Cody Smart trying to take the points lead back away from the number 84. He's currently running in the 4th position behind these guys with a great shot at possibly winning this thing here today. And remember that final corner here at Watkins Glen. You do not want to be going double wide through that corner. And off the racetrack goes Thomas Troxel hard into the tire barriers, exiting NASCAR Turn 6. It does not appear that anybody hit the final corner wall, so that's a good thing. Oh no! Reagan Whitlock hit it. And here comes Cody Smart for second to the inside of Max Anderson. Whitlock is still out front, but you see the damage to his race car in the number 8. They got caught up there with Thomas Troxel as he went off the racetrack and did not get to seeing this number 8 hitting the wall. You can see the damage on his race car, but he's still running just as fast as everybody else and winning this thing at the moment. For now, he might be going a little bit slower. Cody Smart's right behind him. They're bunching up behind the number 8 of Reagan Whitlock. Cody Smart to the inside, and the 4 leaders crash into the wall through the carousel. Cody Smart, Igor Barreto, Max Anderson, all involved. Reagan Whitlock on the wall in the number 8, and the damage he had was slowing those guys down. They got into each other, and guess who's out front? Isaac Nichols in the number 68. Absolutely unbelievable what just happened there on lap number 2 of the race through the carousel. Max Anderson, Reagan Whitlock, Igor Barreto, and Cody Smart all getting involved while they were running in the top 4. Absolutely unbelievable here at Watkins Glen. And what happened was Whitlock overshot the final corner, hit that outside wall really hard, had a ton of damage, just like Anderson just did in the 41. He's going to lose some positions, and look at this! Starting to sound like Jeff Gordon, but seriously, look at this! Martin Kay for second to the inside of Adam Lewis. They got around the 41 of Julius Anderson, and Martin Kay, who comes into this race the points leader, is going to take second here, most likely from the number 21. Cody Smart was involved in that crash. He's still out there on the racetrack, but he's pretty deep in the field, and Thomas Troxel was involved in that crash on lap 1, but he's not going to finish in last place after all this. And look at this, number 68, a massive lead for Isaac Nichols, trying to grab his first career win on Napa Fan. I'm afraid if I keep on saying that, he's never going to win, but the luck kind of turned for him this time. Most of the time, he usually is in the leading position and crashes. This time, it did not happen. Everybody else in front of him crashed, and now he's in the lead. So I think the luck's on his side for today's Grand Prix of IndyLights. Anyways, this whole time, I was trying to determine the length of this race, but so much action on the racetrack kept me from doing so. This race is 23.8 miles long, and the normal length race here is about, I do believe, 15 miles. I think especially for the oval races, they're about 15 miles on average. But this one definitely a longer race than other races this season. Almenhart off the racetrack, and just like Thomas Troxel, he's got damage in the 47. My goodness, these guys are having a lot of issues on the racetrack here today. But, hey, we're just going to keep this one rolling here. Believe that we have 4 laps to go, so halfway through this lap, we're going to be halfway through the Grand Prix of IndyLights. And a little note here, I'm pretty sure that Martin Kay won this race last year, so he knows how to get it done here at Watkins Glen, and if there's anybody that can do it, it's him. Adam Lewis running 3rd. 4th place, I believe, is Julius Anderson, who won the last race here in the CSX IndyLights Series. Paul Minnick, Tristan Allen, Griffin Lynn, and Richard Kingart. The only 8 guys in any reasonable contention of winning this thing. You see Eric Almenhart. I believe that he overshot the final corner, along with getting involved in that crash the last lap, going off in NASCAR Turn 6. So you see his wheels, both sides of his wheels are kind of crunched in on the race car. That looks a little odd there on Eric Almenhart. But that's just the kind of way it is. And Cody Smart, he did not accumulate too much damage from that incident on lap 2 of the race, but he fell back rather significantly in the number 34, and it looks like he's not going to take the points lead away from Martin Kay in this one. Nichols is still out front, but these guys are closing in on him here, and Adam Lewis off the racetrack, the 3rd guy to do that in this race. They're having a lot of issues through NASCAR Turn 6, and I believe Martin Kay overshot the final corner. is unbelievable. Might want to tone it down a little bit for the IndyCar races on Wednesday. It's going to be 2 races in a row, 2 12-lappers for the duel at the Glen on Wednesday for the Haas IndyCar Series. It's going to be a great event. And hopefully we can have more guys finish the race than in this one here. But Isaac Nichols, he's out of here in the number 68. He might finally get this done. It's 2.5 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. Paul Minnick to the inside of Martin Kay for second. Another crash. Tristan Allen and Julius Anderson. And I believe Richard Kinghart got involved. You gotta be kidding me. We're gonna knock everybody out in this race except Isaac Nichols. Is that what we're gonna do? Tristan Allen, Julius Anderson out of the race. And Richard Kinghart with major damage in the 25. Remember, on the road courses, we do not have cautions. But, we almost needed that today. We really did. There have been 3 guys in this race who have avoided significant contact. Isaac Nichols, Paul Minnick, and Griffin Lynn. They're probably going to finish 1, 2, 3 here today. We still have 2 laps to go. We're coming to 2 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. And we are definitely going to tone it down for the IndyCar races on Wednesday. I can guarantee that for you. Minnick trying to take second away from Martin Kay, and Martin Kay is going to smack that outside wall again as he was on the outside lane exiting NASCAR Turn 7. If you're on that outside lane through the final corner, you're most likely going to slap that outside wall, and that's what happened to Martin Kay. Anyways, yes, see Julius Anderson, Tristan Allen down the pit lane, and the 21 of Adam Lewis was involved in the crash earlier, and there's Eric Almenhart. This is looking really weird. I mean, so many of these cars have their wheels crunched in because they've been hitting these walls. They've been flat spotting these walls. And here's Isaac Nichols looking all normal with a 3.5 second lead, saying, you go ahead, you do your crash, and I'm going to go ahead and win this thing. But we still have 1.5 laps to go here at Watkins Glen in the Grand Prix of IndyLights. I would like to apologize for all the crashes. I did not expect there to be all these crashes in today's race, but yeah, that's just the way it worked out, I guess. And like I said, we're going to be toning it down a little bit for the IndyCar races on Wednesday. I can guarantee that, because I guess 105% strength is a little too much here for the Watkins Glen International in these IndyCars. Anyways, Paul Minnick running second, a great run for him. He started deep in the field as well, and Griffin Lynn running third right now. Martin Kay, even after all the contact he has had, he's running in the 4th position in the number 84. And if he can finish there, he will most likely remain in the points lead exiting this race with only 2 races left to go in the season at Kentucky and Indianapolis. But Isaac Nichols is driving a very nice race. He's going to take the white flag here in the Grand Prix of IndyLights. And I believe his first career win is in sight. A weird way to get it, though. Especially considering that he had about 5 guys ahead of him starting this race. And if that crash on lap 2 did not happen, I do not believe this number 68 would have won. He hasn't won yet, though. But he's got a 3.6 second lead. And even if he overshoots that final corner, I don't believe Paul Minnick's going to have enough time to catch up to him. But still, right there entering the carousel, Reagan Whitlock hit the outside wall on the first lap of the race. He was going a little bit slow. The guys behind him were bunching up. They were getting a little impatient. And 4 guys, the top 4 guys running at the time, getting involved in a crash and knocking most of them out. And, you know, after all of this, Cody Smart is still going to get a decent finish. Going to most likely finish 6th after all that's happened here today. All these guys getting knocked out. It's unbelievable what we've seen here today in the Grand Prix of IndyLights. Certainly wasn't like that in the USF 2000 race that I recorded well over a month ago, but it was like that here for the IndyLights race on this Monday afternoon. And I believe it's finally going to happen for the number 68, Isaac Nichols. Coming out of the final corner. Even if he smacks that outside wall, which he isn't, he's going to get this win in the Grand Prix of IndyLights. His first career win on Napa Fan. Isaac Nichols gets it done at Watkins Glen. Paul Minnick finishing in 2nd. Griffin Lynn in 3rd. Martin Kay running in 4th. He's going to finish in that position. Adam Lewis in the number 21. He's going to finish in the 5th position, almost 20 seconds behind our leader. Cody Smart's going to finish 6th in the 34. All things considered, not too bad of a finish for him. Almenhart finishing 7th. And the only other guy left on the racetrack is Thomas Troxel, who was involved in the crash on lap 1. He's going to finish 8th. 6 guys getting knocked out in today's event. And all because of crashes here today in the Grand Prix of IndyLights. But there is your winner, Isaac Nichols, basically the only guy out there with a normal race car. Whereas Paul Minnick and Griffin Lynn, they both avoided contact as well, and they get 2nd and 3rd. But there's the number 68, Isaac Nichols, the winner here in the Grand Prix of IndyLights. And boy, was it a crazy one or what. And you can see there, 105% strength. I've done 106 before and have not had a crash fest like this one, but the way it is. And you remember that incident between Max Anderson, Reagan Whitlock, Igor Barreto, knocking all those guys out while they were running up front. Julius Anderson, Tristan Allen had a massive crash kind of midway through the race, along with Richard Kinghart, Thomas Troxel, Eric Almenhart, Adam Lewis, all overshot NASCAR turn 6. And then Cody Smart was also involved in that crash on lap number 2, and that's why he was in 6th. Martin Kay wasn't necessarily involved in a crash, but he did hit that outside wall quite a bit in this race. And that leaves Isaac Nichols, Paul Minnick, Griffin Lynn, the only 3 drivers without significant contact here today. And Isaac Nichols, his first career win on Napa Fan. It has finally happened for him, and that's the first of many I hope to see out of this driver here on this channel. He's got a good career coming here in all the series that are coming up, which is the only series that's coming up at the moment is the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but I'm hoping he gets a ride for that series because I'd love to see this guy race in that series over there. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I apologize to all those guys involved in crashes. I did not expect a crash fest race like that, but hey, I'm pretty sure Isaac Nichols is pretty happy, because if they did not crash there on lap number 2, Nichols would not be in victory lane right now. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Isaac Nichols for grabbing the victory here in the Grand Prix of IndyLights, and here are the point standings for the CSX IndyLights Series. I will see you guys later. Pull me out of the wreckage, just